Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new here and you're watching me for the first time. So as you can tell by the title, today we're going to be doing a different kind of video and I'm going to be talking about drugstore products that beat high-end, things that are better than high-end, drugstore makeup that you can buy that is going to perform like luxury makeup. I did want to mention, I'm not mentioning all of my drugstore favorites because like I say, I can't fit it all in. Like for example, the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation, absolutely love it, but I just don't have space to fit in a lot of, you know, drugstore products. So I'm going to be talking about quite a few today, so I am going to whiz through it and we're just going to jump straight into it. So the first product that I think is a must from the drugstore and that beats high-end makeup is the XX Revolution Glow Skin Foundation. Now with this foundation, they do have a matte version as well, but the whole XX Revolution foundation line I absolutely love, especially the glow skin one. It really reminds me of the natural radiant longwear foundation from NARS. And I did want to mention as well that a lot of these I'm going to be kind of comparing to high-end versions of, so kind of like a little dupe or alternative. With the glow skin foundation, I love it because it just gives you this really perfected skin look and it almost gives you a radiant finish, but it doesn't look overly dewy. So it's very, very similar to NARS Sheer Glow and NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. So it has the same sort of formula where it's just going to give you that beautiful radiant skin and it gives you medium to full coverage. I feel like my skin looks absolutely flawless with this foundation, and another thing that I love about it as well is that the formula is really, really hydrating. So I feel like it just sinks into the skin. So I absolutely love this foundation and I would highly recommend it. Everything I'm mentioning today as well will be in the description box. Another foundation I wanted to mention, the L'Oreal True Match. I truly believe that this is one of the best foundations you will find at the drugstore. The shade range is incredible. They have an amazing shade range, especially for drugstore. This foundation just blends into the skin and looks so skin-like, so natural. It doesn't give you as much coverage as the XX Revolution. So if you like more full coverage, go for this one. If you like something maybe for everyday, an everyday foundation, something a little bit more lightweight, then go for the L'Oreal True Match. It does give you medium coverage. You can share it out. And I just love that it blends into the skin. That's the number one thing that I love. I feel like you can't see where it starts and where it stops. And it really just melts into the skin and becomes your skin, if that makes sense. So you can't really tell a difference in terms of the color because it really just warms up to your skin. But yes, I wanted to shout this one out because it is one of the best drugstore foundations out there. Next, I'm going to be talking about these, which I feel like I've spoken about so many times on my channel. These are the E.L.F Seriously Satin lipsticks and I have all of these shades. I want to get the rest of the shades. I have never loved a makeup product so much that I actually had to go back and get every single shade. It's never happened to me. This is the first time it's happened, and it's happened with a drugstore lipstick. So I mean, it has happened with MAC lipsticks and MAC lip glosses, but does that really count? The E.L.F Seriously Satin lipsticks, the reason I love these, and I actually think they're the best drugstore lipsticks you will find because of it being a satin finish. I love the Wet n Wild Mega Last matte lipsticks, but they are matte and they're a little bit more on the drier, thicker side. Even though they stay put, it's just not that formula that I feel like everyone would love. So something like this, the reason I'm recommending them is because it's a satin finish. It's going to be super creamy for everyone. It's going to be really comfortable and it's not going to be overly shiny and overly matte. It's just that perfect, comfortable in between. I'm wearing it now and this one is in the shade Taffy. So as you can see, it's not shiny, but it's not matte. It's just the perfect, comfortable, creamy lipstick that you want, formula that you want. I do have quite a few shades. My favorite one is actually Cream, which looks like this. It's just a pale nude and it's one of my favorites. This one is Cider, which I wore all throughout autumn. As I mentioned, Taffy is the one I'm wearing, and we also have Nectar, which I feel like a lot of people would love. It's just this kind of peachy brown nude. So they have a ton of shades, dark shades, bright shades. They have this really nice bright orange that I want to get, but I would highly recommend these ones. They're only £3, $3. You cannot go wrong. Moving on to the next thing. This concealer, and no, it's not the E.L.F Camo Concealer, because I feel like everyone would always mention that to be the best drugstore concealer, which that one is really, really, really good. As I said, I can't mention everything, but this one just, I feel like beats the E.L.F one for me. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. They have a whole Conceal and Define range, but I love the Conceal and Hydrate Foundation and the Conceal and Hydrate Concealer because it has hyaluronic acid and acai. I just feel like it's really creamy and hydrating, to the point where it just looks really nice and blended under the eyes. It looks flawless under the eyes and very smooth. It doesn't look drying, it doesn't settle into any fine lines, it lasts a long time. I absolutely love this concealer. I have mine in C2.5. Again, great shade range as well with this concealer, or Makeup Revolution in general have a great shade range, so I would definitely check out the hydrating concealer. If you love the E.L.F hydrating camo concealer, then go ahead and try out this one, because it is literally similar, but I just feel like this one is a pinch more hydrating and creamy. It gives you medium to full coverage as well. I feel like you can spot conceal with this, you can brighten with this if you get a lighter shade, you can even cream contour because it's such a creamy formula, and I love it. And it stays put. It's not one of those creamy concealers that kind of just are slippery. It really still sets into the skin and stays put. I have two mascaras, and the first one I want to talk about, this one beats high end, literally beats high end, because it is a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and that is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. Even the packaging is identical. Isn't that crazy? The L'Oreal Lash Paradise, I actually have it on right now. I love this mascara. I love this mascara. It has the same wand. It's very similar. This is the L'Oreal and this is the Too Faced. I feel like with the L'Oreal one, it performs even better. I don't know why. I really feel like it performs better. I did mention it and use it in a drugstore dupes video, which I'll link down below, but it honestly is one of the best mascaras at the drugstore. Also Maybelline Big Shot Colossal, and another one I'm going to mention. Those are like my top three, but yeah, this is a great one and a great alternative. If you love the Too Faced one but you don't want to spend the money, go for this one. And whilst I'm at it, I'll mention the other mascara, and that one is the, also from L'Oreal, the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. This is a brand new one, so I'm not going to open it, but I'll throw up a picture so you can see what the one looks like if you've never seen it or used it. It has a very skinny, unique wand. It almost looks like it has no bristles, and it just does wonders for the lashes. I feel like it's mainly more of a lengthening mascara. You're not really going to get volume and curl out of it. It's more just to lengthen them and make them look longer. This mascara, I first heard about it from Carly Bible, and ever since I've been using it and repurchasing it. I absolutely love it, and I really think this is like the #1 best mascara out there. I cannot part with this, and as you can see, I always repurchase it. So L'Oreal Telescopic, let me know if you guys have tried it, if you love it. I would love to know. Moving on, we have quite a few things actually. So next we're going to talk about this right here. This stuff is so good. This is the E.L.F Glow Gleam Beam highlighter palette, and I wanted to throw this one in here because I feel like just for the price that it is and how many highlighters you get, you're getting more and you also pay less than a single high-end highlighter. So why wouldn't you want it? They have two versions. They have light and they have dark. I have the light, of course. You can truly just mix and match and create any highlight shades that you want. I have it on my skin today, so if you guys see the glow, look at that. It is just a highlighter that melts into the skin. So I absolutely love this for more of a natural highlight look. And not only do you get different colors as well, but you also get different textures, because you have a true kind of glitter highlight, and you have 3 kind of more metallic highlights, and then you have 2 more natural everyday highlights that aren't as shimmery. They're more like a powdered luminous highlight, whereas these are more metallic. So I love that you get to play around with textures and with tones. Moving on to one of my favorite things that I discovered last year and has become a complete staple in my makeup routine. I don't use it all the time because I do have to dabble in and use other products, but Revolution Glass Skin Ultimate Dewy Primer has to be one of the best primers I have ever tried. Not just a drugstore, but just overall ever. I have never loved a product so much than this one right here. You literally need one little pump. It goes a long way. It is a gel primer and it's absolutely not sticky. It comes out clear and it gives you this sort of balmy, glowing effect, and it's so moisturizing. There's no stickiness whatsoever, none. And it just, I don't know, it just makes your skin look very glossy, but in the most beautiful way. There's no shimmer. This is also great for liquid highlight. If you don't want a shimmer liquid highlight and you just want more of like a glossy balm and you don't want any color, any shimmer, you can literally just tap this on the high points of the face. Let me actually do it right now and let's see. I am wearing a shimmer, but you could just tap this, and that's how they advertise it as well. You can, I mean, look at that. That just took my highlight to another level. And like I said, no shimmer in this product, so you could just bathe in this in the summer all over your skin or just on the high points with no makeup on. Am I getting foggy again? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. As I was saying, the primer is just one of the best primers out there. Next, moving on, we're going to be talking about these right here. These are the E.L.F Bitesize eyeshadows. Now these are just a few that I have, but I love these so much. I don't really have drugstore eyeshadow palettes, which one thing I wanted to ask you guys is if you have any eyeshadow palette recommendations drugstore, let me know in the comment section down below and I will place an order for some, because I was looking through my palettes and I don't really have drugstore palettes, which is shocking. But the ones I have tried and love are the E.L.F Bitesize eyeshadows because they are so miniature. You get 4 eyeshadows, you get a variety of shades to choose from. They have so many really fun ones and neutral ones, and the formula is there, the pigment is there. They do have fallout, but for the price that it is, you can't go wrong. They retail for £3. You have so many to choose from, and I just love how buttery they are and smooth, and they blend. The shimmers are super creamy as well. I'm actually wearing it today. I mixed a little bit of cream and sugar, which is this neutral one right here. I put this one on the lid. And then for the crease colors, I dabbled into Carnival Candy, which is this one. So I did go in with these 3. Great eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. For the price that it is, the way they perform, and they're super cute to just throw in if you're traveling, throw it in your purse and touch up. So moving on, this next product I actually discovered last year, kind of towards the end of last year, and I fell in love with it, and I don't think I can ever part with it now, and that is the Milani Silky. Is it upside down? It is upside down. The Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. This one specifically is in the shade Sunlight. However, they do have a few other shades. I love this bronzer so much, and it smells really nice. So this bronzer right here is Silky Matte. It literally is what the name says that it is. It is a very silky, smooth bronzer. It's very, very creamy, and it just goes on like butter on the skin. It blends with pretty much any makeup product that you're wearing. I feel like this just works with any powder that you have on, any other blusher on top of cream bronzer. I don't know, the formula is so smooth and thin that it just glides on the skin no matter what you have underneath. I absolutely love this bronzer, and the number one thing I love about it is the shade, which I've mentioned quite a few times on my channel. The shade Sunlight, if you are fair, it almost looks like it's not even a bronzer shade. It just looks like a powder, but it is the most, I don't know how they do it. They're very clever. It is the most neutral, kind of olive toned bronzer. There's a lot of olive when I look at it. There's no orangey tones. It's more of like a yellow undertoned kind of bronzer. It's very hard to describe, but if you have it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Reminds me of the Benefit Hoola Light. So if you have that, this would be a great dupe for it. It is just a beautiful, beautiful matte smooth formula, and it really just contours and warms up the skin, and it doesn't look heavy, like it doesn't look powdery on the skin, or it doesn't look too bronzed. It just looks so natural, like you're naturally bronzed without the shimmer. I love it. Next, I want to talk about these. These are the NYX Slim Lip Pencils. I love these so much. I think these are one of the best lip liners ever, and you know, not just drugstore, because they really remind me of the MAC lip liners. They're very similar, and I have quite a few here. I actually have a few more back there again, but these I absolutely love because they are just this really, really soft pencil. It doesn't break, it doesn't tug at the lips, it doesn't skip, it's not drying. It's just a very creamy, soft lip pencil, but it's still firm, where you can get a really, really good, you know, line out of it, create a good line out of it. And the colors, oh my god, the colors are amazing. These two are my favorites. This one is Natural, which is really, really nice with pinky tones. And then we have soft brown, which is like the perfect nude brown lip liner, and it's not too light, so it will go with a ton of nudes, dark nudes, light nudes. And then we have fuchsia, which is that bright pink. And yeah, I just absolutely love these. I think if you're looking for a good affordable lip liner, or you don't usually use lip liner like myself, I don't usually use it often, so I don't want to spend a ton of money on a high-end lip liner, I'll just literally go for the NYX ones because they perform amazing and you get so many different colors. 4 more products. So the next one I'm going to talk about is from BH Cosmetics, and this one is the BH Truffle Blush Palette. They have so many shades to choose from with this line, and if you have never tried them, try them. They are so good. This, like I said, is the blush palette. This one specifically is in Vanilla Cream Truffle, and I love, 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 love these blushes. So especially this tone, the Vanilla Cream, it just has shades right up my alley. These beautiful blush tone pinks, soft pinks, a nice kind of soft neutral peach. I absolutely love it. I'm actually wearing this one today on the cheeks, this one right here. And yeah, this is just a great blush palette. For the price, again, you get 4 blushes, so you're paying less and you get more for a high-end, for paying a high-end blusher. Silky, buttery, smooth formula, and it's so pigmented. You can literally use a small amount and build it up to just get this beautiful flush, or you can build it up even more to get more of an intense color. So definitely check them out. They even smell amazing. This one smells like vanilla. I wonder if all the other ones smell like what they say they are. Definitely check them out. Absolutely love them, and I wanted to shout out these blushes because I need to get all the other ones, and I haven't really found a single blush from the drugstore that I love, so that is the one that I would recommend, and like I said, can't beat it for what it is. Next, this one, such a holy grail. I have been using this since I don't even know, since I can remember. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This one is in transparent. This is such a OG powder. I feel like a lot of people know this powder. If you have never used it, this is the number one thing you need to take away from this video, the Stay Matte Powder. This is suitable for oily skin, normal skin, and dry skin because it is a matte finish, but it is a very creamy, smooth matte, where I don't know what they've done, but it's almost like a hydrating matte. So even on my dry skin, it just gives me the most beautiful matte finish, which I'm so grateful for, because having dry skin, I feel like you can never use anything matte because it just accentuates dryness, whereas this just gives me a smooth complexion, sets my makeup in place, and it keeps me matte but doesn't make me look dry. So I absolutely love this powder. Though if you do have oily skin as well, this would be great for you because it really keeps your skin matte but comfortable, and it keeps those oils at bay, so you're not going to have oil seeping through throughout the day. And it's just a great touch-up powder as well. Trust me when I say this is a very, very smooth, flawless looking powder on top of your foundation to control oil for whatever purpose, whatever you need a setting powder for. This is the way forward. So Rimmel Stay Matte, don't sleep on it. Next, we're going to talk about one that I think everyone knows, and that is the E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. Now, I do want to mention, if you've never tried this, let me know down below why you haven't tried it. Because I, personally, I was actually skeptical before I even bought this. And the reason I was skeptical because I thought it was going to be this waxy sort of putty, kind of like a gimmick kind of product. But this is something else. This is a very creamy, almost like a moisturizer, silicone-y but not silicone kind of primer. This primer is great if you have textured skin, if you do struggle with texture on your skin, maybe with acne or bumps or anything like that on your skin, even dryness and large pores, if you have large pores in this area or anything like that, textured skin. This primer is the way forward because it's not going to accentuate anything. It's actually going to take away from it. So it's going to hide your pores, it's going to blur them, and it's just going to smooth out any imperfections, where your foundation will go on a lot smoother and just glide on a lot better and sit better throughout the day. So I would definitely recommend this if you do have more textured skin and maybe more problem skin where you need a primer that's actually going to do something. This is great because it's not only going to prolong the foundation, foundation wear, but it's also going to, like I said, cover and actually blur out those imperfections. So I absolutely love that because it really is such a blurring, kind of smoothing product, and it is very hydrating and creamy, so then your foundation just goes on really, really nicely. This stuff wouldn't be a bestseller if it wasn't that good, so definitely try it out if you haven't. I think we are down to the last one, and that is going to be a dupe for the Stila Liquid Glitter eyeshadows. Don't get me wrong, I love my Stila Liquid Glitters so much. Yeah, I love these. They are so good, but as you guys know, the E.L.F liquid glitters are a complete dupe and almost perform better because I have used these side by side. I did do a whole video testing the Stila on one eye and the E.L.F on one eye, and I also did mention it recently in my dupes video, and it beats the Stila one. I don't want to say it, but it really does beat the Stila one because these retail for £5 and you get shades that are literally dupes for the Stila ones. So if you love a Stila shade, you'll probably find it in the E.L.F one. These are very, very high shine. They're very liquidy, very glittery, but they dry down, so it's not going to be flaky and it's not going to be, you know, creasing on your eyes. It just provides you with one swipe glitter coverage. That is, look how intense that is. So sparkly and glittery. These liquid glitters from E.L.F just transform your whole entire eye makeup look. I feel like it just takes it to the next level. If you go in with a shimmer and then you pop this over, your eyes will just be glistening, sparkling, and like I said, I feel like it just elevates your look to the next level and almost looks like you took your time doing your eye makeup even though you didn't. That bronze one that I'm swatched was Copper Pop, and then we have Dirty Martini. I mean, tell me, when do you ever see a olive, like a green olive liquid glitter? You literally don't. And that one is Dirty Martini. It's a lot more green and olive. It looks a little brown when the light hits, but it's definitely more of a green. And then we have Bling Bling, which is a really nice kind of silver. So yeah, these are great. I would highly recommend them. And I think that is it for the video. And like I mentioned, there are so many, so if you guys want to see a part 2, like, I'll definitely do a video like this again, and I'll mention all the other drugstore products that I couldn't fit in this video. I hope this gave you some recommendations, maybe something in this video that you haven't tried before. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have tried some of these things, and if you haven't, which one kind of intrigues you and which one do you want to put on your wish list. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope everyone is staying safe. So until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.